Hello, this video is for Downtown Leaders for April week 2, and our life app for this month is humility, putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve. And our memory verse for this month is kind of long. We kind of broke it down into 3 parts last week, but it's don't do anything to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves. Philippians 2:3. And last week, our bottom line was, I can put others first by serving them. And we talked about the story of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. And this week, our story is going to be about Jesus praying in the garden. And our bottom line is, I can put others first by letting go of what I want. Pretty important one. So, like usual, please make an effort to be here at 8:30 and 10:30. It's really important that we're here at that time so that we can pray. Make sure we have everything in order for our groups and get everything together. And especially this month, we're going to have a lot of new people coming, getting ready for Easter, so just praying for all those new friends that we might be seeing. And then at 8:40 and 10:40, when students start to come, just pass out snack, ask about their week, get to know their name. And then an icebreaker question for this week is asking kids what Easter traditions that their family has and what's their favorite thing about Easter. Then at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock, you are going to play the first interactivity called Switch. And what you're going to do is your kids are going to sit in a circle with their legs straight out in front of them. And you're going to give one kiddo a ball and have them hold it between their feet. And then you're going to play music from your phone and ask kids to pass the ball around the circle. And they have to pass it directly to the person to their right, but they can only use their feet. So they're going to want to kind of have the ball between their feet and then pass it to the next person with the ball between their feet, or just kind of like gently kicking it. So at random times, you're just going to stop the music, and whoever has the ball or is in the act of passing the ball, they have to stand and spin around 5 times. So they can't move out of the way of the ball to avoid getting caught with it. And then what you're going to say when the time is over is the goal of our game was to pass the ball as quickly as possible so you wouldn't get caught with it, kind of like hot potato. And in our Bible story today, we're going to hear about something else that's important to let go of. So we're going to go to large group. In large group, just make sure worship with your kids. They love to see you kind of be silly, let loose, have fun, and worship. So make sure you're worshiping with them and just listening, helping them engage in the story for the week. Then at 9:40 and 11:40, when our large group is over, you're going to do a 3-legged race. So everyone has that blue and black striped thing is a little bandana that you can wrap around the middle foot. And then there are cones on the stage. There are 6 cones. So each small group can get 1 cone. And you're going to tie ankles together, have them stand side by side, and then they're going to race around the cone. And then they're going to return to the start and tag the next team in line, and then they'll have to switch bandanas and go from there. I'll put a second bandana on your cart so that while one team's racing, the other team can be getting their bandana on. And then just make sure to end the game when interest is high. So just maybe let each team go once. And they're going to say, wow, guys, that was a lot of fun. Great job. So let me ask you a question. What helped you move most successfully as a team? So yeah, you may have wanted to move faster or differently than your partner, but in order to be successful, you had to let go of what you wanted and think of your teammate too. So that's like our bottom line for today. I can put others first by letting go of what I want. So what are some real life ways that you can put others first by letting go of what you want? So see if kids can come up with some answers, maybe letting their sibling choose what's for dinner, or letting their sibling choose what they're going to watch on TV, or letting their friend choose the game they play, or letting others go first. And then just reiterating that bottom line. So guys, remember, I can put others first by letting go of what I want. Then for memory verse review, you're going to practice the memory verse a few times with the motions with your kids. And then you're going to play a game that's going to help put the memory verse in action. So on your cart, you have everything that you need for the game. Each service has their own game board. And then there's 2 dice that you're going to need. Each service has their own baggie of game cards. And then I have lifesavers. There's more of these in the cabinet, but just make sure each kid gets 1. And this is going to be their little game piece. So if you have a lot of kids in your small group, use both the game boards, both the sets of cards. Just make sure you put them back for second service and play 2 rounds. We've got extra dice in the cabinet if we need any. So here's how the game is going to go. You're going to play a reverse sorry game where the goal is to send other players home instead of back to start. So kids are going to get into groups of 3 or 4. So yeah, so split your kids into 2 groups and give them each a game board and cards and a dice. I'll put enough dice on your cards for 2. And then enough pawns for each kid to have 2. Okay, sorry, I did not read this thoroughly. So we'll make sure that we put a second roll of lifesavers on everybody's card so each kid can have 2 lifesavers. And then you're going to invite a volunteer to read the Bible verse to the group and tell kids that the object of the game they're about to play is the opposite of most games. In this game, their goal is to help their opponents win first. You got a ball. Good job. So, in order to do that, you're going to have kids put the cards face down in the center of the game board and then put their pawns in the start zone. So here's what the game board looks like. So they're going to put their cards here, and then they're each going to put their pawns here. So depending on how many kids you have, if you have more than 8 kids, then you might have to have some people play as a team. Then it says you're going to choose which kid goes first by rolling the dice, and the player with the lowest number goes first. And then you're going to have kids move their pawns from start around the board to home. So if a player lands on a draw a card space, that player draws a card, reads it out loud, and does what it says. Players only draw a card if they roll the die and land on that space, not if another player moves them to that space. And then the game ends when every child has both pawns home. So again, here's what the game board looks like. Here's the draw the card space. And then, sorry, I'm going to set this down really fast. For whatever reason, some of these cards are blank, so we're just not going to use those. But these say, move another player's piece home. Move another player's piece home. Blank one, just disregard those. Your dad looks really stressed as he's cooking dinner and he spills some stuff because he's in a hurry. You're really into a puzzle that you're doing, but you stop and help him anyway. Move forward another 7 spaces. So there's all kinds of cards like that. The blank ones just put to the side and don't use those. So then what you're going to say once the game is over is, guys, we live in a world that's all about putting ourselves first. We want to win the game. We want to choose the movie. We want to do things our way. But God wants us to think and act differently. He wants us to put others first. Like Philippians 2:3 says, don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble and value others more than yourselves. So then try to make it personal and share a way that you've been tempted to hold on to what you want. So maybe it's something at home and you want things to go a certain way, or something with your kiddos, or something with your friends that you wanted to go to a certain movie or a certain place for dinner. Just share stories that you can make it personal for the kids. And then just say, what are some ways that you can put others first by letting go of what you want? And have kids come up with some ideas. And then say, so guys, just remember, I can put others first by letting go of what I want. And that is not always easy, but when we put others first, we'll be doing what Jesus did, and that's a great thing. So then when you pray at the end, here's your prayer that you can read. So just follow that. And as adults come, encourage kids to tell their parents the bottom line. I can put others first by letting go of what I want and sharing a way that they'll try to do that this week. Okay, so that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for serving. This is going to be such a huge month. I know that April is a lot with Good Friday and Saturday service and a 5th Sunday, but there are going to be a lot of people that come to Oak Bridge for maybe the first time. This might be the first time that a lot of kids come and hear about Jesus and have a small group leader who really pays attention to them and shows them that they care about them and love them. So what you guys do is so important for all the kids that are coming to Oak Bridge Kids. So I just want to say thank you guys for serving, and we'll see you on Sunday.